where am I going? I'm headed to the mountains. Okay. Now, the weather, unpredictable, but they're saying there's a high probability of rain. So with that in mind, I may not make it. Oh, I can make it, but I may not get to see what I want to see while I'm going there. So I'll divert. I'll go somewhere else. I have that option. I'm retired. I'm not going to sit at home on my ass, which is bringing me to another topic that was on my list, or is on my list, that I don't have, but it's in the brain pan. So I have time. So if I can't make it, I'm not going to cry the blues. I'll do it another time. But I will divert to something else. I will resort to Google and say, what is popular here, or what is something that would intrigue me or fascinate me, right? Is there a temple, some ruins, whatever. I know a lot of my buddies want to see more pole dancing, but there ain't no pole dancing up in the mountains. I mean, there might be some monkeys pole dancing on a bamboo pole, but they're not wearing anything sexy. The other topic I wanted to bring up is retirement. We've all heard the story of Uncle Bob or whoever, right? Yeah, he retired, and dang 6 months later he was gone. So, with that in mind, you got to have a plan. You have to have something to keep you busy. Something that hopefully you're passionate about. Not just, I'm going to TLC the house, right? Something that you really enjoy doing. Like my newfound friend, Matthew. You saw him on Chuck's videos, where we all went up there, and he, American man, and a Thai wife, and he brought a container load of tools, because he's been in the industry, construction, project management, you name it, engineering, all of it. But he's passionate about woodworking. And dude, he can build stuff. I mean, just, so what if it takes more time than driving down to whatever furniture store and buying a piece of furniture? He's making it, building it. And I used to build a lot of stuff for friends and myself. Friends, family, and myself. I didn't sell any of it. But mine was concrete, right? I built molds, and I experimented with all kinds of different things. And I made things out of concrete. And gave them away. I built a nice pattern. I'm going to use it again. I would get so bloody creative. I'll get into that another time. But basically, I really, really, really freaking enjoyed it. It took time. It took my tools. Took getting dirty. Took cleaning up my tools. Took the wait time, before you can remove it from the form. And you don't know until it comes out. Oop, shit, 40 meters. Here we go. Look at that. God dang, man. Fuck, car wash. Dude. I really need to wash my truck. But when you retire, you gotta have something to do. You have to. Otherwise, you're gonna die. We're all gonna die. But I guarantee, 4 out of 5 doctors say you're gonna die if you don't have a freaking hobby when you retire. I made that up. But it's true. You've got to have something to do. Golf. Motorcycle groups, right? I got a lot of friends that are members of 3 or 4 groups. So they're always riding, right? It is a real joy when you're not in the city to ride mountain roads and stuff. Man, it's just sweet. I mean, just, God dang it. I wear a helmet, but I can pretend I have wind in my hair and all that shit, right? But it's just, I don't know, freedom. This little motorcycle light really wants to pass, and I'm like, God dang it, dude. I'll brake check you. No. I'm driving like a Sunday driver because I got time. I don't want to hold anybody up, you know. But other hobbies, people that cook, anything. God, that's a mondo. Holy crap. Big old new house, modern style. So you gotta have something to do. Now, if you're living in, I know people, I'm not kidding, that have come to Thailand 15, 20 times and have only been to Bangkok and Pattaya. That's it. Literally. That's it. I'm like, wow. Because there's so much to see. I mean, I'm seeing people building a house over here. I'm seeing a reservoir. I'm going over a river right now. And, you know, I could film that and say, oh, yeah, that was back in Vietnam. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, it looked like it could be a movie set, is what I'm saying. I've been to Vietnam, but not during war, during peacetime. And so, if you don't have, oh man, that place, oh my God. Right on the river too. God dang, that's huge. Man, there's some money out here. But, like if you're in Pattaya and living there, you know, you've rented a condo or you bought a condo and you don't have any hobbies, like you don't do shit, you're just polishing a freaking bar stool, man. And screw that. Screw that. Now I imbibe. I enjoy a drink or 2 or 10, depending on the occasion, right? But I don't. It's not like every day. Even when I'm in Pattaya visiting friends, I don't hit a bar every day. I do not. Now, I may have a drink at dinner, right? A beer. If they, let's go to Dom's and have pizza, or let's go to Peaky Blinders, or let's go to whatever. Tickle Bitties. I may have a beer. A lot of times I'll have a Coke Zero. A lot of times I'll have a soda water. It just depends. It's not like, I gotta have a beer. Now, when we're traveling, the wrecking crew, we pretty much always have beer when we eat lunch and dinner. And usually before we retire at the end of the evening. We may sit outside the hotel or a little quiet bar, watering hole nearby, and just talk about the day. What do you think about tomorrow? Blah, 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 blah. You know, fun. 4.5 clicks before I got to turn. So you guys make sure you remind me, okay? In fact, I'm going to turn the camera. Granted, you're seeing the mount. and it's kind of not pointing straight ahead, but let's just live with it, okay? I might reach up and try to turn it a little bit. That gets more freaking mount. But anyway, that there you go. And really, it should be up higher and not seeing the more hood. You know what I mean? It should be seeing less hood. I should have it jacked up. Now, for me to do that, I'm going to have to stop and adjust it. And you guys can live with it. So, you know, it's, God dang it, man, have something to do. Have something to do. Period. Just have a hobby. Have something you're passionate about. Like this here, I mentioned it before. When I had time in the States, I'd head for the hills. You know, like, dang it, I'm trying to think of that. Oh, I hate it when my brain goes numb. Head for the hills. Come on, man, help me with this. Run for your life. God dang it, who sings that? It's not Megadeth, it's freaking Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden, I think. Yeah, that's it. Okay? I would go to the hills. I would take my three-wheeler there. Nice little truck there. I always had a ditty bag packed, you know, get out of town bag. But I had a tent, a sleeping bag, and a couple tarps and shit like that. And I'd say, well, you know, I could throw some food together. I could buy some on the way. North Cascades, 2 to 4 hours, depending on where I wanted to go. Bring my little Popeel pocket fisherman, not really, a little telescopic pole, and I'd wet my line, you know. I'd go up, set up camp, find a spot to park, relatively level, pitch my tent, you know, put the tarp down, pitch my tent on top of that. Or if I knew it was going to be sunny or real clear skies, I'd sleep in the tailgate, or not tailgate, but the back of the truck. Look at the stars, you know, count satellites and shit. That's fun to me. And I recharge. So that's what I'm doing now. Alone. Okay? I'm alone. You know, they say, man does not live by bread alone. Well, man and woman need to be alone at times. You started out having your own space, and now you're married, you know, cohabitating, whatever. You need time, like women. They need time with the girls, you know. They need to go out and do something fun. Go to frickin' Vegas, right? And don't be an asshat, jealous husband and say, oh, you're not going to go to Vegas. You know, if your wife comes to you and says, I want to go to Vegas with whoever and whoever, trust that that's what they're doing. Now, you know, the level of trust and all that kind of stuff in your... Turn left here. You know, that's your... You know, that's all up to you, right? But, you know, a lot of guys have a green monster and they're jealous. And vice versa, women too. You know, my ex-wife, American wife of 25 years, I would call and say, we're finishing up this job, boss wants to come down and buy us some beers. Oh, okay. Now it's telling me straight. I gotta stop though. Okay, I see nothing. Holy criminy. Maybe we can translate that sign for me. Oh, okay. Call me if you need a ride. Don't drive drunk. That's all we need, right? That was my wife. Same thing when I came to Thailand. Came with 6 other guys. I've mentioned this before, but I'm working with these guys on the Marriott Hotel in Seattle, right? Marriott's Spring Hill Suites. I'm going to turn the camera now, and I'm going to come back. In fact, I'm going to freaking pull over. That's a safe way to do it. Okay. Sorry, lady, I'm not buying from you. Okay, I want to do this. Ah, my God. Look at that ugly mug. What's that? Oh, that's my boonie hat. Oh man, that's my day glow green boonie hat. I forgot my. Oh my God, I forgot my regular boonie hat. Oh well, that's okay. It still provide me with shade. Okay, so I'm back driving now. Okay, and thank you for watching. 50 minutes. Yeah, I'll find a place. Oh, this guy's like definitely big old truck. He's going around a 3-wheeler. So, but yeah, I'm moving. Oh man, look at this. I jacked it all up. God dang it. I'm getting kind of anal about this now. Okay. So, again with the camera. Lost my train of thought. That's okay. God, there's some beautiful homes here. God dang. Set off the road. Elevated ground. It ain't gonna flood. God, so beautiful. Hobbies. What else was I talking about? I don't know. Shit. I hate that. I mean, I really... What I was talking about is gone because I got out of the way of that truck and just lost it. Oh, going to Vegas or whatever, right? So my wife, my buddies, we're working at this hotel. The one man, young man, that was working with me. He was one of my leads. Says, hey, me and my buddies are going to Prague. You want to go? And I said, man, I'd really love to go to Prague, but sweeping turn here. Interesting structure. What the hell is that? There's no windows on it. There's just a big white box. Probably a pump station or something. Anyway, I said, nah, I appreciate the offer, but if I go back to Europe, I'm going with my wife. Because we lived in Germany for 2 years while I was stationed there and saw a lot of awesome stuff. But you can't see it all, right? It's just like the United States. You can't see it all. Just like Thailand. You can't see it all. You can go to a new place every day and you'll die before seeing them all. Even temples, for crying out loud. So you gotta be selected, right? So I said, no, I'm not, thanks, but no thanks. Because when I go back to Europe, I want to take my wife, right? Because there's a lot of shit we want to see together still. And then, okay, no worries. And then about a week and a half later, he goes, hey, we decided we don't want to go to Prague. We want to go to Thailand. I went, really? He says, you want to go? And I said, hang on. I called my wife and I said, I know I've said this before to you guys, but I said, hey, Mikey and the guys are going to Thailand and they want me to go. What do you think? She said, bring me an elephant. You know, a wooden elephant, a carved, hand-carved elephant. That's the kind of relationship that I fucked up. Okay? Me. I've said that before, the wagon wheel, you know, all them spokes point towards the hub. Well, it did with me. I screwed that up. I had the perfect wife. No kidding. No shit. That if there was an argument, it was about nothing. And it was done. There was no pent-up anger, no hostilities, none of that kind of shit. The asshole in that household was me. I grew up with a barking father, right? That's what I learned. So it took me a long time to shed that. You know, because we have choices, right? We have options. We can get help. We can learn from our friends. People driving right out there in their front yard. That's cool. I mean, shit, man. Birds shitting on it. But that's okay, by golly. Rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat. But, you know, I accept that. I own it. I own it. And I think, talking to Dave, gotta love Thailand Dave, he's, I don't know how much percentage Italian he is, but he's Italian, okay? He's more Italian than me. And Italians tend to harbor guilt. Please stop. Dude, don't. Guy backing out. Tend to harbor guilt like forever. Or grudges forever. It's I don't know. Every Italian that I've talked to said, yeah, man, I did this in fucking 6th grade and I feel like an asshat still. So I feel guilty about that. I every time I see my kids, I want to apologize about it. You know, my daughter's like, Dad, how long ago was that? You know. So, but, you know, anyway, I don't know why I went there, but I did. 3.5 clicks before I turn. I'm gonna whip it around again, show you some road. You know what sucks about this video that is now 58 minutes long? I'm gonna break it up. Find places to make it into separate videos. But that entails me watching myself, which I can't stand. Watching myself to find a good place to split it. Because I ain't just going to throw up an hour. Because I guarantee you, someone's going to watch 3 minutes. So I might as well make 5 videos out of it, and then they'll watch 3 minutes of each of those. You know what I mean? Oh, God. So, turning the camera now. I'm not going to adjust it one way or the other. I'm just going to sit here and drive, and I've got 2.8 before I turn. So, back to where I'm going. I'm headed to the mountains. Because, like I said, I used to go to the Cascades. I'd pitch a tent. I'd hopefully catch some trout in a lake or a river, and then pan fry that for breakfast. You know, you always got to have some Dinty Moore stew in a can, some pork and beans in a can, and you know, you got to bring the staples, right? because it's a short trip. I'm not backpacking in like I used to. I don't need dehydrated food, blah, 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 blah. The water, you could drink from the frickin' stream. You didn't have to worry about all kinds of shit in the Giardia from the beaver feces wasn't as prominent. I did have a water filter from MSR Mountain Safety Research because we did a job for them, and they gave me a serious water filter, and with a whole bunch of extra ceramic filters. It will literally last me a lifetime. You just got to pump away. You know, they've gotten fancier and fancier and fancier and fancier, but it still works. I could go to a frickin' swampy, you know, more rice drying. Wow, cool. And it's that dark color of the husks. You know, it's the freshly harvested rice with the husk. Now there, I should have stopped and taken some pictures. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. 1.4. So, yeah, I forgot what I was saying. This lady's got her goods, I don't know, some of it looks like fresh flowers, not just like lettuce and stuff. Oh, look at that little wad there. Cool. You see? They're freaking everywhere, man. Almost like every village has one. But I'd head to the hills. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm headed to the hills. Why? Because it brings me peace. Okay, see this truck here? I don't know if you can see it all. But man, it's dressed up. And I want to get one of those little Michelin men they have on them, but like a 6-incher, and mount it to the front of my truck. So I can find my truck when in the parking lot full of Toyotas. No, I just think it'd be funny. But, so I'm headed to the mountains. Them there are mountains up ahead. Way up there. And if it's raining, I'll divert. But I want to see, and I don't know off the top of my head the name, I want to see the mist in the mountains, you know, where you wake up in the morning and you go out on your balcony or the table, whatever, you have your coffee, maybe they bring you breakfast, and the clouds are below you. The sun comes up. Just beautiful. Gordon Tickle, he lives in Chiang Rai. I don't know if you know his channel, GT. Nice, really nice guy. Oh, 20 meters, I'm supposed to turn right. Okay. I guess now would be the time. Hanging right, and there's another freaking temple. I'm going to point towards it right there. What's this guy doing? So, he's got some wonderful, wonderful photographs and film of that kind of stuff. And then about 20 clicks from where I'm going are the Mexican sunflowers. Okay? And there is, now I could not get I'm going to pull over up here real quick on this street right here. So I want this motorcycle to go around me. Yeah, good. Oh, there's another one. Another one bites, it does. Okay, keep coming. Now did you turn? There's 2 bikes coming. So I'm just gonna sit here. Because I got time, man. I got time. There's a little restaurant, lunchtime. I could eat right there. They're probably thinking, oh, we got a customer. Man, I pull over for one and now there's 20. I'm a nice guy and all, but Lord, my patience will run thin. And I got 1.5 clicks before I turn. Okay, so, but, again, lost my train of thought. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to the mountains, clear my head, get out of my head, as we used to say back in the day, and when I was on that high school trip. Ron and Jerry would say, get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head. So we smoked opium, ate mushrooms, and smoked fucking black Nepalese hash and got out of our heads. Ah, shit. TMI. But that's what I'm doing. I'm going up the mountain. I'm going to just frickin' chill. I don't want to hear nothing but birds whoop, 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 doing shit, or a monkey or two, or a frickin' elephant crashing through the brush, and my ears ringing. I don't want to hear shit. I don't know if you can see out to the right, there's a lady raking her rice right next to the road, drying out. So they've obviously harvested up in this region recently. We're down where I'm at, it's still growing. More on the left there. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Now they grow their rice. Usually it's a break-even scenario. If it's their own land, they're not obviously not leasing it. 230 meters, it's telling me to turn right, and there's a split right here, so obviously it's up here. Okay, 110. So, and I got a fucking green light too. Look at that. Oh, look at me, I'm lucky today. Make sure I don't turn down the wrong one. The wrong Mae Buatang. Okay. 28 clicks before I have to pay attention to the map. So, I appreciate you watching. Thanks again. Bye.